This video will guide you through the steps to add and manage products with attribute classification and expiry date. Before you start, you should watch the video tutorial on how to add, delete, and edit products to better understand the product creation process on the system. In the product creation interface, to distinguish between regular products and products with attribute classification, you check the box Classify Product Attributes. Classifying attributes will help you manage more easily, especially with products such as clothes with many different sizes, colors, or designs. When you select this feature, the product creation interface will change to accommodate adding attributes. To add a new attribute, click the Add button. The Add Attribute dialog box will appear. You need to fill in all the necessary information. If this attribute has many units of sale, enter the first unit first, then click the List of Units button to set up the remaining units. You can click the Add Unit button, enter the unit name, and conversion rate compared to the original unit. A product attribute can have one or more different sales units with no quantity limit. Each unit will have its own conversion rate to the default unit. For example, the shirt product has two color attributes, white and red. With white, you can sell by piece and set units, in which one set equals 2 pieces, so the conversion rate is 2. Red and blue only have piece units. You can choose the default fails unit for each attribute, but when selling, you can still choose another unit. The selling price will change according to each selected unit. Note when applying the low stock warning, if you choose the default sales unit as set and want to warn when there are 5 sets left, you need to convert to the original unit. For example, each set has 2 pieces, so to warn that there are 5 sets left, you enter the number of warnings as 2 times 5 equals 10 pieces. If the product attribute has batch management, expiry date, you select the Batch Expiry Date box. After selecting, each attribute will display 2 more information boxes. Minimum number of days of expiry date to be put into stock. The system will warn if the product has an expiry date lower than this level. Number of days left to warn about the upcoming expiry date helps you prioritize selling the product before it expires. This warning only appears in warehouses with batch management enabled. When creating a new batch, the batch management dialog box will appear. You click Create Batch. Enter the batch code, production date, and expiry date. You can also enter the barcode for each batch if needed. If a batch is no longer in use, you enable the Discontinued status to hide the batch from the list of suggestions. Creating a batch in advance will save you time when importing, because you only need to select an existing batch instead of having to create a new batch during import. To delete a batch added, click on the X before the batch name and confirm. After adding attributes and batches, click Save to complete. Note, previously created products, if both attribute classification and expiry date batch features are not selected at the same time from the beginning, cannot be applied to these 2 features later. After completing all the information, click the Save button to create the product. For products with attribute classification, you can still edit the information as usual. However, you cannot change the product to another type, such as removing attribute classification or removing the batch. If you want to delete the product, click the Delete button. However, if that product has already had a transaction with the shipment, the product cannot be deleted, and at the same time, the related shipments cannot be deleted. Thank you for watching the video. Please click subscribe to watch the next videos.